Let's flip into what I really want to talk to you about, and you're the only person to go to for this, in my opinion. Okay, run us through broad strokes the intricacies of your craft, which is obviously rapping. Like, because a lot of people don't realize how technical it is, how intricate it is, how many rules there are to do with it, and how different the rules are per territory. And then obviously we'll float into the fault and inouye complaints and stacking and what that is, etc. So, Russ, the floor is yours.
I'm not sure where I should begin with this. Yes, you're right. There are, bad hand wrappers, good hand wrappers, better hand wrappers, great hand wrappers. There's all, I guess, like in any walk of life and anything you do, there's great cornermen, there's bad cornermen. There's a way to dress in the corner, not, how to handle yourself in the corner, the things to say, what not to say. I think that applies.
Look, for perspective, to let anyone who, God knows, if they listen to us and they don't know who you are, I have no idea what they've been doing. You would be responsible for Lomachenko's hands, Usyk's hands, Beterbiev's hands, Beefy's hands, Callum Smith's hands. Like, the list goes on and on and on. So, it's not bad. You clearly know what you're doing. Yeah, you clearly know what you're doing. So
it's nice to hear it come from somebody else. That's not.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of money at stake if those hands get injured. So that's when you know the skills pay the bills, right? Because you put some chumper who don't know what they're doing, you got some broken hands, you got some problems. So,
So carry on, Rob.
Well, I mean, I can compliment you some more, but I think
no. That's enough. Enough for at least this portion of the episode.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit more. Don't worry. You get paid in kindness.
So yeah, there's good, bad, and great in anything. So I'll sum it up this way. I got a call from both the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the California State Athletic Commission. They both asked me, what did I think about stacking?
Okay.
Aside from the fact that I have my personal opinion on this.
And stacking would be what?
I'm sorry?
Stacking would be what?
You want me to describe stacking?
Yeah, because, for example, like, without pointing fingers at Sam, I don't think Sam knows what stacking is.
Okay. What they call stacking now is where you would do a layer of gauze.
Yep.
Now it's even become a layer of tape first.
Yep.
Then gauze, then more tape, then more gauze, then more tape, to however many you want to put on.
Essentially creating a cast.
I don't know what you're creating, but that's really not the point. I'll tell you why it's not the point. Because from an administrative perspective, as a commission, as an athletic commission, as a governing body, the idea is that the rule should be clear, simple, concise, and equal to everybody. So that was my response when California and Nevada asked me this question. I said, guys, look, the more complicated you make rules, the more people will try to abuse and find loopholes in those rules and use those very rules that you're imposing to cheat.
Yeah, well, complication always leads to ambiguity, doesn't it?
Correct. I said, for me, it should be gauze, tape, magic marker. That's it. It's a 3 simple rule process. You're allowed to use gauze. When you're finished, you put tape. When you finish, you put magic marker on it. That's it. Tape stops at the top of the knuckles. No tape on the hitting surface. You can't twist anything. Good to go. Like, it's a simple. Here are the tools you're allowed to use. This is the order in which you're allowed to use them. You cannot deviate from that. The stacking, whether it's justifiable or not, whether there's any scientific proof that it does increase punching power, I don't know. I can only respond from personal opinion on this. But what it is that if you're doing it and the fighter wants it done, you feel you're gaining some kind of an advantage. And that to me is tantamount to cheating, because now you're trying to do something above and beyond with the tool, with the material they give you. You're trying to figure out a way to do it, to make it that much harder, that much stiffer. But I think what people forget is you're making it that much heavier.
Yeah.
And by doing so, you're putting a mass weight at the end of your hand. And that mass weight creates velocity. Now, you can do this test on your own and put a weight around your wrist and hit a bag and hit it without it. You're going to see that velocity. When you start letting that punch go, it'll slow down your speed a little bit, but the mass impact will be greater. As a fight goes on and that starts to get wet, which of course it does because water is dripping in all the way from your arms, not to mention the heat that's generated in your hands. That's sweating, that's getting wet. Water is heavy. It increases the weight of the hand wrap. So you likely might be hitting a guy with, a pound of weight, in your hand, plus the glove.
Yep.
So to me, that's just finding a way to try and cheat. And whenever people try to contour the rules and but we're allowed. Okay, but if two guys agreed to fight in brass knuckles, you wouldn't let them do that.
No.
But you can't just say, well, if they agreed to it, that's not reason enough.
Next up on Misfits.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, exactly. Next up on the Misfits card. Yeah. We'll go glue and glass.
It can't be that you want to do this and tell me that it's okay and it's legal to do this. I just don't buy into that. I'm sorry. It's just something that goes against my values as a trainer, my values as a guy in boxing. And to say that it must be okay because athletic commissions allow it.
Yeah.
Listen, that is the most hypocritical statement you could possibly make, because the same athletic commissions which don't allow boxing to use a detached thumb, it has to be an attached thumb, is the same commission which allows fingerless gloves, and then you can poke a guy. So I don't want to hear about that. They're the same commission who tells you can only use adrenaline, let's say for cuts, but adrenaline is only available to you by prescription only. So you can't even buy it, but that's the only ththing you're allowed to use. You can use it, but technically you can't really buy it. You have to have a contact. It becomes an underground thing that you make up. You know a guy who knows a doctor who gets a prescription for you to use it for that purpose. That's insane. If anything, the athletic commission should be giving you a prescription when you get your license, so you can go get it filled and get. Or they should be doing like what they do in the UK and providing it to you.
Yeah.
But you can't turn around and ask you to only use a product that you can't procure.
Yeah.
That opens the windows to some dodgy shit being ringside.
Tijuana. Yeah. As you go straight over the border, right? You're just going to go and get it elsewhere and come back with it and hope for the best.
What a bottle in California is. Now, this was pre-pandemic. Do you know what a bottle of adrenaline is in California? It's like $250. And in the state of New York, if that bottle has been opened, you can't use it. So if you go into a fight, you're in the main event, and your bottle has already been opened, you can't use that bottle. You could have opened it and maybe used it once. Can't use it anymore. Can I get another one? No.
I mean, so
don't talk to me about the hypocrisy of commissions and they allow you to do this and allow you to do that. And I know for a fact that the California went along with my suggestion of saying no stacking. Nevada did not, but conveniently it did not, and that's where Canelo likes to fight. And Canelo likes to stack. And Abel Sanchez, raised that point numerous times in the Golovkin
era.
Yeah. And they said, no, you're allowed to do it. So, and then you have other commissions who turn around and say, you're allowed to put 2 strips of tape on the back of your hand.
Why?
Well, you guys sat around a boardroom, 10 guys, and said, what should we allow? Joe says, I think we should allow 2 strips on the back of the hand. Frank says, hey, you know what? That's a good idea, Joe. I like that. Oh, vote in favor? Favor. Why? Where did this even come from that you think that 2 pieces of tape on the back of your hand should be a rule?
I don't even see what value that adds.
It is zero. Zero. It adds zero value.